And I'm joined now at Parliament House by the head of the AI group, Willox. Willox, welcome to ABC News 24.
Hi, Lyndall.
Is this a good budget?
Look, we're disappointed. While there are some good programs that have been expanded or developed in the budget, overall there was a clear lack of direction or a sense of purpose behind the budget. We believe this is a budget that is really just marking time while economic reality bites.
But hasn't the government targeted some of the biggest spending areas? It's targeted family payments, it's targeted health, it says it's funding fully the big spending programs it has in front of it, and it's doing what the Prime Minister promised, isn't it? Spreading the burden over families and business.
As I said, there were some positives in the budget, and there are some measures around families that, although they don't directly impact on the business community, we would quite obviously support. Where our concern lies is there are some changes to business tax, which just increased the burden on business around compliance, in particular, making businesses with turnovers of $20 million a year do their tax every month. It's not a tax increase, it's a compliance increase. We have a problem with that. Some other tax changes which will drive revenue, we don't think do anything to increase investment in Australia, to drive investment into Australia. That concerns us. The fact that we have projections now of budget deficits of $48 billion over the next period ahead, the next 3 years, that worries us because there are $220 billion of deficits have now been projected for 7 years.
So would you like to have seen the government cut more to get back to surplus sooner?
Well, we don't think they should have cut really deeply now, but there is no sense of a plan to make the necessary cuts in the years ahead. We don't project that out in this budget, and that's what I mean by it marking time. More could have been done to set us up for the future. We also have a lot of concern about some of the revenue projections that they put in there. Company tax increase take of about 8% next year. We can't see that in a slowing economy. The economy is slowing, and we don't agree with their growth forecast of 3.1%. We don't see how that will realistically be achieved either. So we have a lot of concerns around their projections around revenue, as well as what they haven't done around spending going forward.
Just to stay with revenue for one moment. Now, you said you're happy to support the changes, cuts to family tax benefit, but you have problems with business. If the government's going to cut spending, doesn't business have to wear some of the pain?
Well, government can look at a whole range of areas to make cuts. But they haven't really put forward projections here which impact on the business community in terms of the future, in terms of cuts. And we believe that they really need to outline a strategy going forward. And that's what's missing here, is the idea of a strategy, some coherence behind this document, how it impacts on the business community. All we're seeing is sort of some nipping and tucking around the edges when it comes to business regulation and business taxation. They've missed the opportunity for a root and branch review of our taxation system. They've missed the opportunity to dig deeper into how business contributes to our nation's wealth.
But they had a root and branch review of the tax system that was called the Henry Review.
And they didn't take it up.
So are there things in there, business cuts in there, you'd like to see them
Well,
take
there's a
up?
whole range of measures, and we don't have all night to talk about it. There's about 140 different recommendations in the Henry Review, many of which hang off each other and go to broadening and expanding our tax base and looking at the way that business is taxed and how government takes revenue from business. And there's a lot in there that government, whatever colour it is, after the next election, we would really urge them to go back and have a look at that Henry Review.
Willox, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Lyndall.